Today I'm going to do a get ready with me with my project pan items and other project items. I was about to get ready to film my project pan update, which will probably be up before this, and I decided to go ahead and film this so you'll see how I actually use some of those products because they are not always the easiest to use. So let's get started. And excuse the moving background or light like this. It's early in the morning, the sun is coming in the window and causing problems. So I'm trying to keep it off my face. So I'll probably be moving slightly through this. But the first thing I'm going to do is actually more of a skincare thing. This is the Etude House Zero Sebum All Day Matte Gel, and this goes on like you would put a moisturizer on. And it said, from what I read, that you could do another moisturizer too, but this basically would be in the place of a moisturizer. So I'm just going to put that in the spots that I get oily and not all over, because I believe it has alcohol in it, which is what keeps it matte. So I'm just going to put it in the spots that I get oily, not all over my face. Okay, and I'm still trying to use the Etude House Face Conditioning Fixer. It's not in a current project pan, it was in my last one, but I'm still trying to make progress. The first thing I'm going to use is my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Primer, and this is from my Finish 4x4. I don't really need this because I'm using the BB cream that's also in that project for just a really light foundation sort of thing. It's not foundation, it's BB cream. But this is supposed to smooth the skin out some, and I'm trying to use it, so I'll use it together. Also, I hope that the primer gives it a little bit of extra staying power so that it does not melt off my face. It's really hot here. Then I'm going to be using my MAC Prep and Prime Vibrancy Eye Primer, and this is in my project pan. And I actually really like this stuff. It makes those correctors that are a little dry go on really well.
Use that under my eyes.
And at the same time I'm doing the other primers, I'm going to put on my lid primer, and I'm using a sample of the Bare Minerals Prime Time. And sorry if you can hear it, but my neighbors are cutting grass today. Then I'm going to let the primer sit for a little while and set, and before I start on the other stuff. Okay, and now I'm using the Liueli Water Drop BB Cream. See that? Is the light there? I think you can see that one. This light coming in this window is a pain. And this is in my Finish 4x4. And I just use my hands for this because it's a BB cream. And other than just evening the skin out, that really doesn't have much coverage, so I am going to be using concealers. The first one is this Hard Candy Concealer in Light. This is also in my Finish 4x4. And I just use that in little places like this just to kind of take away some of the redness. This one is slightly darker than my skin, so I can't really use it on my forehead. For some reason, the color looks really off there. And I'm also going to be using the Hard Candy Glamouflage Light. And this is in Ultra Light, and I am using this for the harder to cover stuff that little pencil one just doesn't. And then I'm going to use the NYX Dark Circle Concealer. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's pretty new. I don't think it covers as well as the Erase Paste, but I'm trying it out. It's a good bit cheaper, which is why I got it. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Benetint, and this is in my project pan. And before this, I never really used it as a cheek product, but I've started doing that to try to use it up. I actually really like it. And I can use a lot too. It's really light. Then I'm going to use just a tiny bit of the Watts Up. Not a lot, just because this is so light that too much of this would make it look really strange. And then I'm going to be using this M Cosmetics Contour and Highlight Stick in Fair. And this is the contour side. And then the highlight part. And then I'm going to use what I have left of the Benefit Fake Up. And then I'm going to use the Ooh La Lift. And I'll be using this Holika Holika Sweet Cotton Pore Cover Powder. And this is in my project pan. I don't love powder products like this. And I feel like I need a little bit more concealer in a spot. I do like this. It does seem to go easily over powder. Yeah, I don't think that NYX Dark Circle Concealer works very well. Okay, and now on to the eyes. First, I'm going to start with this Urban Decay Glide On Pencil in Radium. This is in my project pan. And I am going to use that as an eyeshadow base just in the center. And I'm gonna blend it a little bit. Then I'm going to use a little bit of this mini Benefit eyeshadow base thing in Foiled and put it on the outsides where I don't have the blue. Okay, and then I'm going to use this Sleek palette right here, and this is the Au Naturel palette from the Nude collection. And I'm going to use this one right here, which is called Cappuccino. And put it in the crease. Then I'm going to take the Stila Kitten eyeshadow, and I am going to put that all over the lid. Then I'm going to go back to the Sleek palette and take this brown here called Bark. And I'm going to put that in the crease. It's very dark though. And I feel like that's a little dark, so I'm going to go back over it with the lighter color again. And that was the first one I used in Cappuccino. And then I'm going to take the Skylark palette and this blue here in Shiver and just get just a tiny bit of blue. I don't want it to be too blue because too much blue does not look good for me. Just put a little bit of that into the crease, maybe about halfway. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Cella Ivory Lace Highlighter Pencil, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner and actually carry it all the way under my eye, and then just clean that part up there. And the reason I'm putting it under my eye is because I found that the Urban Decay liners for me just do not stay in the waterline well. They actually seem to travel down, and the blue especially makes it really obvious. So this actually kind of helps it not bleed out from under my eye. If it fades, that's one thing. I just don't like when it bleeds out from under my eye. So this kind of stops it, and it gives my under eye just a little bit of brightness there. Okay, so I'm back to radium and I'm going to put that in my waterline. I actually kind of hate that these don't stay well for me, because these are one of the few eyeliners that don't irritate my eyes at all. A lot of them irritate it to varying degrees. Some of them are way worse than others, like the Milani ones are awful for irritating my eyes, but these don't irritate it at all. They just don't stay either. Then I'm going to use the Milani shadow in Olympian Blue, and it's basically the same color as the liner. And I'm going to take an angle brush and set that liner with this blue. And then on the upper lashes, I'm going to use the black pencil. This is the Urban Decay liner in 0 that was in my last project pan. I'm not good with eyeliner. My eyelids are really sensitive. Then I'm going to take the blue again and just go over the black. Then I'm going to go back to the Stila Kitten, and I'm going to use a brush like this, and I'm going to put it in my inner corner and then drag it under my eye. Kind of blend it into the top. Then I'm going to use the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Bold Volume Lifting Mascara here. My other ones just dried out. And then I'm going to take another angled brush and the Tarte liner in brown, and I'm just going to go lightly over my eyebrows. And I'm going to use the cello pencil again just to go lightly right there. And this is the finished eye look. And for blush, I'm going to use this MAC Mineralized blush in Ring of Saturn. And go lightly. And then I'm going to take the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to use this color right here. Go in right here. Right there, and that's very dark, so I just started using this, so I'm trying, it doesn't work the same way as the milk chocolate bronzer. And then I'm just going to bring it under here. Blend it down, and then I'm going to take this one right here in the middle and just set my under eyes. And I'm not going to use a powder highlighter today because I think it'll do too much with the really light face makeup. Then the last thing I have is the Benetint. If you have lip balm on, you kind of have to wipe it off because this does not stick well to it. And the Benetint is also in my project pan. And then if you want to stop there, you can, but I have things in my makeup basket to go over it, so I'm going to use this L'Oreal Infallible gloss, and this is in Sparkle Frenzy. And I'm just going to tap a bit right in the center. And that is everything for my Get Ready With Me featuring Project Pan items. I've actually used the blue liner in all three ways that I figured out to use it, but if you have any other suggestions, let me know because I would really like to get through that. Excuse the light here that just popped up. This is my final look. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.